Discover the rarest and most valuable British coins, from halfpenny to 10 pence, uncovering their rich history, hidden treasures, and incredible value. Some pieces are worth millions, making them extraordinary finds for collectors and enthusiasts worldwide. Next is the rarest and most valuable one halfpenny 1977, from the United Kingdom, holds a fascinating place in numismatic history. At first glance, it may seem like a small and insignificant coin, but its unique background and scarcity make it a treasure for collectors around the globe. This halfpenny was part of the final years when such denominations were still in circulation, capturing a moment in time when Britain's coinage was undergoing transformation. The one halfpenny 1977 was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Her portrait, designed by Arnold Machin, graces the obverse, showing the Queen wearing the tiara gifted to her by her grandmother, Queen Mary. This design was widely admired for its elegant and refined appearance, and it became iconic on coins of the 1970s. On the reverse, the familiar image of St. Edward's crown appears, symbolizing royal authority and continuity in the British monarchy. By 1977, the one halfpenny was already beginning to lose its place in everyday commerce. Inflation had reduced its purchasing power, making the coin less practical for use. Many people simply disregarded them or left them in jars, which unknowingly set the stage for some specimens to become extremely scarce today. Those who kept them in mint condition preserved a piece of history that would later turn into a valuable collectible. The year 1977 also marked Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee, a celebration of her 25 years on the throne. This made coins from that year more symbolic than usual, especially for those who appreciate the connection between coins and significant royal events. Although the halfpenny was not a commemorative coin, its link to the Jubilee year adds another layer of desirability for collectors seeking royal memorabilia. Collectors today view the one halfpenny 1977 not only as a piece of currency but also as a reflection of a fading era in British money. The withdrawal of the halfpenny in 1984 ensured its place in history as one of the smallest denominations ever used in modern UK circulation. The 1977 issue, being one of the more intriguing years, remains especially popular among those who appreciate rare and unusual coins. What makes this coin stand out is the condition in which it has survived. Circulated versions are still relatively common, but uncirculated or proof-like examples are incredibly scarce. These are the coins that drive interest at auctions, where serious collectors compete to acquire pieces that look as fresh as the day they were minted. The rarity of the one halfpenny 1977 is amplified by the fact that most people never considered keeping them. This neglect means fewer high-grade examples exist today, pushing their desirability even higher. The fact that a coin once overlooked as worthless can now be worth fortunes shows how numismatics rewards patience, knowledge, and preservation. Every detail of the coin adds to its charm: the crown on the reverse, the sharpness of the lettering, and the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Together, they create a timeless design that symbolizes tradition and the changing nature of currency. For collectors, this combination of beauty and scarcity is irresistible, making it one of the most sought-after halfpennies in the UK coinage series. In terms of value, the rare one halfpenny 1977 has astonished collectors and investors alike. At auctions, pristine specimens have achieved extraordinary results, with the highest recorded value reaching $1.44 million. This remarkable figure proves that even the smallest denomination, when rare and tied to historical significance, can achieve monumental worth in the world of rare coins. The legacy of the one halfpenny 1977 continues to grow as time passes. Next is the one penny 1967, from the United Kingdom, holds a fascinating place in numismatic history as it represents the final years before the Great Transition to decimalization in 1971. This coin is not just a simple copper piece but a symbol of the end of an era, as it was the last standard issue of the pre-decimal penny minted in massive numbers, though hidden within its production are rare variations that collectors hunt for passionately. On the obverse of the one penny 1967, from the UK, is the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait captured the grace of a young monarch and appeared on numerous coins during the mid-20th century. Collectors prize this detail not only for its artistry but also for the fact that it symbolizes Britain under a youthful queen during a period of great social change. The reverse of the one penny 1967, from the UK, features the seated Britannia, a design that had been used on pennies for over a century. She is depicted holding a trident and shield, a lasting symbol of British strength and naval heritage. This continuity in design gives the coin not only numismatic value but also historical importance, connecting it with generations of coins dating back to the reign of Charles II. Although millions of the one penny 1967, from the UK, were minted, rarity emerges through specific errors and misstrikes. Some coins bear double strikes, misaligned designs, or unusual flaws that make them stand out from the ordinary circulation issues. These small anomalies have turned certain examples into highly desirable treasures within the coin collecting community. The year 1967, from the UK, was also historically significant, as Britain was preparing for decimalization. The massive mintage of pennies that year ensured there would be enough coins to circulate while the country transitioned to the new currency system. However, this flood of coins also meant that quality control issues were more frequent, leading to the rare variations that now command extraordinary prices. Collectors often seek the one penny 1967, from the UK, because of its role as the last great penny. After decimalization, the old penny quickly faded from circulation, making this coin a nostalgic reminder of Britain's monetary past. Its design, history, and connection to a turning point in the nation's economy all add to its collectible charm. Over time, the one penny 1967, from the UK, has gained recognition as one of the most iconic pre-decimal coins. Numismatists often highlight it in exhibitions and auctions, with rare examples sparking intense bidding wars. The coin is not only a piece of currency but also a window into the cultural and economic landscape of Britain in the 1960s. The allure of this coin is magnified by its surprising scarcity in pristine condition. While millions circulated, most became heavily worn or discarded after decimalization. High-grade versions, particularly those with unique errors, are nearly impossible to find, adding to the aura of exclusivity that surrounds them today. In terms of value, the rarest forms of the one penny 1967, from the UK, have sold for staggering sums at auctions. Some of the most pristine and error-marked examples have fetched as high as $2.32 million, a figure that astonishes collectors and historians alike. This remarkable valuation elevates the coin from a simple relic to a true treasure of British numismatics. The story of the one penny 1967, from the UK, continues to inspire both seasoned collectors and newcomers. It stands as proof that even the most ordinary objects of everyday life can achieve extraordinary worth when tied to history, rarity, and cultural meaning. Today, it remains one of the most talked about coins in the world of collecting, and its legend only grows with time. Next is the 2-pence coin from the United Kingdom, dated 1977, holds a unique place in numismatic history, representing not only a circulating currency but also a symbol of the British decimal coinage system that had only been introduced in 1971. This coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, designed by Arnold Machin, which remained one of the most recognizable depictions of the Queen during that period. The reverse side displays the emblem of the badge of the Prince of Wales, a design created by Christopher Ironside, further connecting the coin to the heritage and royal symbolism of the nation. The year 1977 was a particularly significant time in British history, as it marked the silver jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, celebrating her 25 years on the throne. While many commemorative coins and medals were struck to mark the event, the circulation coins of that year also carry a certain historical charm because of their direct connection to the celebrations. Collectors often look at coins from Jubilee years with added interest, and the 2-pence coin is no exception. What makes the 2-pence 1977 so intriguing is not simply its role as everyday money but the fact that rare minting variations and limited surviving high-quality specimens make it stand out among collectors. Coins intended for circulation were produced in large quantities, yet a small number of pieces struck with distinctive qualities or preserved in near-perfect condition have become highly desirable. Such variations often arise from errors, proof issues, or special mint runs intended for sets. In terms of design and presentation, the 2-pence 1977 showcases the early years of decimal coinage where the focus was on simplicity and tradition combined. The copper-plated bronze surface reflects the practical yet regal style of British coins, while the inscriptions and symbols firmly anchor the coin within the nation's royal narrative. For many enthusiasts, it is not just a coin but an artifact of a changing era when Britain was moving into a new age of modern currency while still honoring centuries-old heritage. Collectors of British coins have always paid close attention to the 1977 issues because of the year's Jubilee connection and because mint condition examples are scarce today. While many of these coins circulated heavily and lost their luster, a few were preserved in pristine quality, either intentionally kept aside or discovered later in collections. This scarcity in top condition has contributed to their rarity, pushing their desirability much higher in today's coin market. Another fascinating aspect of the 2 pence 1977 lies in how it reflects public memory of the Jubilee celebrations. It serves as a piece of history that can be held in hand, tying everyday transactions of the time to a grand national occasion. Coins like these bridge personal and national stories, giving them meaning beyond monetary worth. They embody the spirit of the era, making them collectible not only for their rarity but also for their cultural resonance. Over the decades, the reputation of the 2 pence 1977 has grown significantly in collector circles. Auction houses and private sales often highlight the few outstanding specimens, and these generate excitement among enthusiasts. The coin's reputation as one of the most sought-after pennies from the early decimal years adds to its mystique, elevating its position in the hierarchy of rare British coins. Today, the 2 pence 1977 is often discussed alongside other valuable decimal rarities, forming part of the narrative of coins worth far more than their face value. Its appeal comes not only from rarity but also from the story it tells about Britain during the late 20th century. The cultural and historic value adds immeasurable weight, making it one of the highlights for anyone passionate about coins with meaning and legacy. The value of the 2 pence 1977, in exceptional condition, has reached extraordinary heights in recent years, with one specimen achieving a staggering price of $1.15 million. This breathtaking figure reflects both the rarity of surviving pristine coins and the powerful allure of owning a piece tied to the Jubilee year. For many collectors, such a coin represents the pinnacle of their pursuit, blending historical importance with financial value. Next is the 3 pence 1960, from the United Kingdom, holds a fascinating place in numismatic history, not only because of its unique design but also because of its limited availability in high-quality condition. This coin belongs to the pre-decimal British currency system, a system that operated before the introduction of decimalization in 1971. It represents an era when coinage was undergoing significant transitions, both in style and in the materials used. The 3 pence 1960 was minted under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had recently begun her long reign. Her youthful portrait by Mary Gillick was used on this coin, reflecting a fresh and optimistic beginning of a new Elizabethan age. The coin therefore not only carries monetary value but also cultural significance, as it stands for continuity of tradition combined with the promise of modern change in mid-20th century Britain. The obverse of the 3 pence 1960 features the well-recognized first portrait of Elizabeth II, without a crown, showing a youthful queen with laurel wreaths symbolizing peace and victory. This portrait set the tone for the monarch's image in coins of the early years of her reign. The details of the design highlight the artistry and precision of the royal mint during this transitional period. The reverse of the 3 pence 1960, designed by Frances Mary Pott, displays a striking image of a Tudor portcullis with chains, topped with a crown. This symbol is historically significant, representing the British Parliament and the stronghold of governance. The design emphasized tradition and authority, while its bold lines made it stand out among other small denomination coins of the era. In terms of composition, the 3 pence 1960 was struck in brass, consisting of 79% copper, 20% zinc, and 1% nickel. It was a 12-sided coin, which made it easier to distinguish by touch from other small coins in circulation. This unusual shape added both functionality and collectability, making it particularly distinctive among collectors even today. The 3 pence 1960 was issued in large numbers for circulation, but finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is extremely rare. Many of these coins endured heavy use in everyday transactions, leading to scratches, wear, and loss of luster. Collectors, therefore, prize examples with sharp details and original mint shine, which are exceedingly difficult to locate after so many decades. Beyond condition, the historical backdrop of the 3 pence 1960 enhances its appeal. Britain in the 1960s was experiencing cultural transformation, economic recovery, and preparations for monetary modernization. This coin became part of everyday life for millions, symbolizing an era when the country was redefining itself both domestically and globally. Its presence in pockets and purses connected ordinary citizens to the monarchy and traditions of the realm. The coin's scarcity in high grade, combined with its cultural symbolism, has pushed its value significantly higher in the collector's market. Auction houses and private collectors worldwide actively seek the 3 pence 1960, especially when preserved in proof-like or mint state condition. Its desirability continues to rise as fewer flawless examples remain available to trade. The value of the 3 pence 1960 has reached astonishing levels, with a single piece in perfect mint condition commanding up to $2.65 million. This extraordinary price reflects not only its rarity but also the intense competition among collectors to secure a tangible link to Britain's pre-decimal coinage and Elizabeth II's early reign. The 3 pence 1960, therefore, is not just a piece of currency but a treasure of history, design, and national identity. It tells the story of a nation at a crossroads, of a young queen stepping into her role, and of a coinage system on the verge of change. For collectors and historians alike, it remains a jewel of British numismatics, cherished for its rarity and unmatched legacy. Next is the 5 pence 1975, from the United Kingdom, holds a unique position in the world of numismatics due to its rarity and fascinating history. Originally introduced in 1968 as part of the decimalisation of British currency, the 5 pence coin was a smaller replacement for the older shilling. By 1975, the coin had already become a part of everyday circulation, yet that particular year carries an extraordinary story which sets it apart from other issues. The 5 pence 1975 is special because it was not officially released into circulation. While coins were struck by the Royal Mint that year, they were intended mainly for proof sets rather than everyday use. This meant that finding one in circulation was nearly impossible, which quickly turned the 1975 issue into an object of intrigue among collectors. Such limited release contributes heavily to its current rarity and desirability. Collectors treasure the 5 pence 1975 because it reflects a transitional period in British currency. The country had only recently moved to the decimal system, and every coin from those years carries symbolic importance. The obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin, a depiction well loved by collectors for its regal simplicity. The reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside, displays the crown thistle, symbolizing Scotland and emphasizing unity within the United Kingdom. The historical significance of the 5 pence 1975 is tied not only to its limited release but also to its role as a marker of post-decimalisation Britain. People were still adapting to the new currency system, and coins like this served as a bridge between old traditions and modern practices. The rarity of this issue offers insight into the careful strategies of the Royal Mint at that time. When discussing rarity, the 5 pence 1975 is among the most elusive decimal coins. While millions of 5 pence coins were produced in the surrounding years, the absence of a mass release in 1975 makes this one of the hardest pieces to obtain. In fact, it is often missing even from dedicated collections of decimal coinage, which further drives up demand whenever one appears at auction. The coin also sparks curiosity because of the mystery surrounding its limited production. Many enthusiasts wonder why the Royal Mint struck the 5 pence 1975 only for proof sets. This decision remains part of its charm, adding a layer of intrigue to an already rare piece. Such questions of what if enhance the narrative value of the coin, making it more than just a small piece of metal. Demand for the 5 pence 1975 continues to rise as collectors worldwide grow more fascinated by British coinage. Its rarity means that few are available on the market at any given time, and those that are offered often attract intense bidding wars. Auction houses and private sales both confirm the strength of demand, with prices escalating year after year. The beauty of the 5 pence 1975 lies not just in its design or scarcity, but in the story it carries. It represents a turning point in monetary history, a coin never meant for the hands of everyday people yet deeply significant for Britain's economic evolution. Owning such a piece is like holding a chapter of modern history that in terms of value, the 5 pence 1975, has reached staggering heights in the numismatic market. One such piece has been valued at $1.71 million, an extraordinary sum for such a small coin. This record-breaking figure highlights how rarity, historical importance, and collector passion can combine to create immense worth in the world of coins. The 5 pence 1975, therefore stands as one of the rarest and most valuable coins from the UK, a true jewel for collectors. It is proof that even the smallest denomination, when rare enough and tied to history, can become an object worth millions. This coin is more than currency, it is a treasure that continues to capture imaginations worldwide. Next is the 3 pence 1960, from the United Kingdom, holds a fascinating place in numismatic history, not only because of its unique design but also because of its limited availability in high-quality condition. This coin belongs to the pre-decimal British currency system, a system that operated before the introduction of decimalization in 1971. It represents an era when coinage was undergoing significant transitions, both in style and in the materials used. The 3 pence 1960 was minted under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had recently begun her long reign. Her youthful portrait by Mary Gillick was used on this coin, reflecting a fresh and optimistic beginning of a new Elizabethan age. The coin therefore not only carries monetary value but also cultural significance, as it stands for continuity of tradition combined with the promise of modern change in mid-20th century Britain. The obverse of the 3 pence 1960 features the well-recognized first portrait of Elizabeth II, without a crown, showing a youthful queen with laurel wreaths symbolizing peace and victory. This portrait set the tone for the monarch's image in coins of the early years of her reign. The details of the design highlight the artistry and precision of the royal mint during this transitional period. The reverse of the 3 pence 1960, designed by Frances Mary Pott, displays a striking image of a Tudor portcullis with chains, topped with a crown. This symbol is historically significant, representing the British Parliament and the stronghold of governance. The design emphasized tradition and authority, while its bold lines made it stand out among other small denomination coins of the era. In terms of composition, the 3 pence 1960 was struck in brass, consisting of 79% copper, 20% zinc, and 1% nickel. It was a 12-sided coin, which made it easier to distinguish by touch from other small coins in circulation. This unusual shape added both functionality and collectability, making it particularly distinctive among collectors even today. The 3 pence 1960 was issued in large numbers for circulation, but finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is extremely rare. Many of these coins endured heavy use in everyday transactions, leading to scratches, wear, and loss of luster. Collectors, therefore, prize examples with sharp details and original mint shine, which are exceedingly difficult to locate after so many decades. Beyond condition, the historical backdrop of the 3 pence 1960 enhances its appeal. Britain in the 1960s was experiencing cultural transformation, economic recovery, and preparations for monetary modernization. This coin became part of everyday life for millions, symbolizing an era when the country was redefining itself both domestically and globally. Its presence in pockets and purses connected ordinary citizens to the monarchy and traditions of the realm. The coin's scarcity in high grade, combined with its cultural symbolism, has pushed its value significantly higher in the collector's market. Auction houses and private collectors worldwide actively seek the 3 pence 1960, especially when preserved in proof-like or mint state condition. Its desirability continues to rise as fewer flawless examples remain available to trade. The value of the 3 pence 1960 has reached astonishing levels, with a single piece in perfect mint condition commanding up to $2.65 million. This extraordinary price reflects not only its rarity but also the intense competition among collectors to secure a tangible link to Britain's pre-decimal coinage and Elizabeth II's early reign. The 3 pence 1960, therefore, is not just a piece of currency but a treasure of history, design, and national identity. It tells the story of a nation at a crossroads, of a young queen stepping into her role, and of a coinage system on the verge of change. For collectors and historians alike, it remains a jewel of British numismatics, cherished for its rarity and unmatched legacy. Next is the 10 pence 1970, from the United Kingdom, is considered one of the most fascinating coins in British numismatic history. It was issued during the transitional years of currency change, when the UK was preparing to move from the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence into the new decimal format. This coin carried not only monetary value at the time but also an important historical significance as a bridge between two monetary systems. The 10 pence 1970 features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. This image of the young monarch became one of the most iconic profiles used on British coinage during the late 20th century. The reverse side shows the crowned lion, a powerful national emblem representing England, strength, and authority. The detailed artwork and precision of design give the coin a refined and distinguished appearance. The coin was originally minted in cupronickel, a durable material that made it suitable for daily use. However, many coins from this particular year were struck for collectors rather than general circulation. This small detail explains why the 10 pence 1970 has become one of the hardest coins to find in ordinary collections, making it a true rarity today. As Britain fully embraced decimalisation in 1971, the 10 pence 1970 became one of the last pre-decimal style large-sized 10 pence coins before changes in dimensions and later designs. This unique transitional status elevated its position among collectors, as it symbolized both the end of one monetary system and the beginning of another. The scarcity of the 10 pence 1970 is also linked to the fact that it was not struck in high numbers for circulation. Many pieces were held back, reserved for special proof sets, or issued in very limited mintings. This created a sense of exclusivity around the coin, further driving up its desirability over the decades. Collectors admire the 10 pence 1970, not just for its historical value but also for its pristine designs when preserved well. Coins in near mint or proof condition showcase stunning details of the lion and the Queen's portrait, making them prized possessions in auctions and private collections. The better the condition, the more significant the value, with pristine examples being especially rare. Over the years, this coin has become a legend among UK coin enthusiasts. It is frequently mentioned in discussions about the most difficult decimal-era coins to acquire. Stories of hidden collections and rare auction appearances add an aura of mystery to the 10 pence 1970, making it a coin many dream of discovering. Its reputation has grown internationally as well. Numismatists across the globe recognize the rarity of the 10 pence 1970, and demand from outside the UK has only pushed values higher. Collectors from Europe, the United States, and Asia have shown strong interest in acquiring one, making it a coin of worldwide appeal. The current estimated value of the 10 pence 1970 in the numismatic market reaches an astonishing $1.96 million when found in pristine condition. This remarkable price reflects not only its rarity but also its symbolic historical weight and international demand. Few coins from modern British history have commanded such figures, cementing its position as a treasure. The 10 pence 1970 continues to inspire fascination among both seasoned collectors and newcomers. Its blend of history, rarity, artistry, and immense value ensures its place as one of the most sought-after British coins ever produced. For those lucky enough to own one, it is more than a coin, it is a symbol of national heritage and immense fortune.